Hi everyone, I'm Spino and I'm going to explain how I would teach a Clil class of electric motors. This class would be taught in some of the higher module of electricity in vocational training. The methodology I will use will be a flipped classroom where the student will have to follow this class on his own through Padlet. Parts of Clil Class. I have divided this project into 4 parts, consisting of unit of work, contents, linguistic skill, and methodology of the tasks. Unit of work. The whole unit of work has been developed in a text document, in which we can see that its parts are initial evaluation, seeing the initial knowledge of the student, general methodology, how the class will be developed, didactic achievement, knowledge that the student should acquire, didactic content, what the teacher will explain to the students, basic skill that we will develop, general evaluation standard, the evaluation criteria, objective of the activity, knowing in a basic way what they are and what electric motors are used for, develop sequence and activity methodology, will be seen afterward, instrument for evaluating content and linguistic, will be seen afterward. Didactic contents. Didactic contents that will be seen within the unit of work are electric motors. Types of electric motors. Internal part of electric motor, external part of electric motor. AC motors or single-phase motor or three-phase square cage motors. Direct start of a three-phase motor, lack of a phase in the power supply of a three-phase motor, reversing the direction of rotation of a three-phase motor, torque of start of an induction motor, starting with configuration of start or delta induction motor with winding rotor, DC motor or general. The terminal box, direct start of DC motor, inversion of the direction of rotation of DC motor. Language skill. Skill put into play in practice are derived from the tasks that will be done later. Depending on the task to be carried out, the following skill will be developed: listening, reading, writing, speaking. The tasks to be developed are initial verbal discussion, task reading the keywords, reading the subtitles of videos that will be watched later, making a writing summary and oral presentation, simulating with some application for computer, making a summary of the work done and verbal explanation of the process, self-assessment test on web page. The main task. The task that we are going to execute is the starting of a three-phase motor. This is a typical practice that is taught in the electrical workshop, but here we have modified it a bit so that it can be done in a Clil class. It will be necessary to simplify the technical part so that it fits temporarily in a normal practice. Padlet. Developing the whole task, we will do it entirely through a Clil classroom, in which has been embedded videos of the subject, some test document, web page, and also a simulator. The student will have to follow the class through this pattern. The teacher here will be in the background. First task. The first step is to read the technical vocabulary that comes into play in practice. We have a series of words with their pronunciation that should be read. For example, wire, motor, rotor. Subtitle reading. The second step is to read the subtitles of the videos that will be seen in the next step. These subtitles are downloaded directly from the video through automatic tool. It is possible that the subtitles have errors. Watching the videos. The next step is watching 3 videos that explain the operation of a 3-phase inductor motor and how must be it started. The subtitle can be activated if it is desired. Writing, summary, and other presentation. The next step is to make a report of the 3 videos has been seen. It will have to detail the electrical elements are used for the start of an electric motor, with its standardized symbology. Finally, they will have to expose that document orally to the class. Simulation. Another part to be performed is the simulation of the automation by the students. They must download the application from internet. They must simulate it and try to understand how it works. Electric automation. This will be the automation to execute with its standardized symbology. This will be the circuit that the student will have to assemble. This will consist of 2 parts, the force, that is the scheme on the left, and the maneuver, that is the scheme on the right. Although they appear to be 2 separate schemes, it is the same circuit, and once assembled, all its parts will be confused. The circuit must be done in a workboard. Starting a 3-phase motor. Now we have to make the whole circuit by helping up from the previous scheme. The students must perform the automation in some board made in previous practice. This is where they will have to place and wire all the elements. Once the work is finished, they should give it to the teacher, who will evaluate not only the operation of the scenes, but the order and the cleaning. Task report. After assembling the practice, we will have to make a justifying report of the whole process. For this, we will use a template which can be found in Padlet. Once this is done, a verbal explanation of the entire process must be made, detailing the problems found in the process. Self-tests. To finish the last task the student has to complete, they should do a test on internet. They will give us the solution to the question at the same time of doing it, so it will be an aid for the student of the possible question that can appear in a later exam. With this test, what is intended for the student to correct their own mistakes. Language rubric. The following process will qualify the students, and we will do it through a rubric. With this rubric, we will evaluate the linguistic skill of the student and also the content of the practice. Also, it is a class with a special methodology. I have also evaluated the cooperation among students. Linguistic skill. Now, with the previous rubric, we can qualify a student for the tasks previously done. We will write a note guiding us for the previous rubric. Rubric contents. Knowing different types of AC motors. Identifying the symbol used to represent electric motor. Knowing what happened at the time of the start of the different types of motors. Knowing the different way of starting a manual control of the motors. Knowing the one that say the regulation on the start of the different types of engines. Making the inversion of the direction of rotation in the electric motor of CA. Handling the different devices used to start engines. Interpreting schemes for this type of circuits. Respecting the safety and hygienic regulation in the startup operation. Contents. The last step will be to evaluate the contents taught during the practice. This will be performing the practice, performing of memory, and the order and the cleaning will also be evaluated. This is my Padlet, in which we can see several things. The first thing we can see are these 3 videos that the student will have to see in order to follow the classes. They explain that what is a 3-phase motor and how we can start it by automations. 3 videos. We also have the subtitles with the objective of knowing what it is the technical vocabulary that we are going to use. We also have specialized vocabulary that the students should know before watching the video. We have the web address of electric and pneumatic simulator. This one. To be able to simulate the practice that will be done during the task, avoiding the destruction of components in the case of error or tasks that force the material. There is a document in PDF, this one, where we have a formal explanation of the start of electric motors, both with automation and with electronic devices. A self-test to check the knowledge acquired during the work, this one. And finally, we have the scheme of the practice as well as possible format of the task report that will have to be done. This and this. This is my work. Thank you.